Well, this is a public service announcement for Leek to know that we are recording right now and that we're going to go straight into the podcast episode so she knows that we are recording. Leek, what did you do this week?
Hello. I played more GTA RP.
Do you have a bike yet?
No, they're not on sale yet.
no, rip.
How does that game still not have bikes? I feel like that should have been something that they shipped with.
Oh no. Oh, they're rolling stuff out slowly because they're like, this is our own modded version of it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what they did. It will happen. It will happen. But I'm just waiting for it.
Still in the shop.
Yeah. Now what Silver's doing at the moment is like essentially a Royal Rumble fight night. So she's been training.
Let's go.
Fisticuffs.
Boxing,
boxing.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's like what last man standing type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big prize money awaiting the winner. So hopefully they have some funds to go towards the bike. Yeah. I think that's it, really. What else I do? I played more Monster Hunter. Yes, more Monster Hunter.
Have we?
I'm working towards that horrible last boss, the weird one.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes.
A weird nerve ending line thing.
Shara Ishvalda.
It's a weird. Oh, it's so creepy.
It is, actually.
I hated that fight when it came out.
Yeah.
Still don't like it now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a lot more manageable now. But
for sure. For sure.
I hated it. I hated it when we first got to it.
Mm-hmm. It's so creepy. It's 2 stages of it too. Ugh.
Well, the first stage isn't that bad. It's just a big old rock monster.
Yeah.
There's a piece of me that likes the block out of that monster because it looks like it's gonna be a giant lion, and then it's not. It's creepy.
I mean, it is, but it's its nervous system with eyes.
No, that's not better.
I like the idea of it. The idea of it is very interesting. But
Mm-hmm.
What else I do? I played more Staxel. Still awaiting Stardew Valley 1.6 update. Please hurry up. Oh my god, I need to fix.
Oh god, you sound like you need that injected directly into
Inject it in my veins.
Please.
Do it.
Please, right here.
That said, what game is this? I am a bear of very little
It's
brain.
essentially Minecraft, but without the fighting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. Mm-hmm. You run a farm, you craft stuff, you build things.
Oh, okay.
I see the villages out. There is a relationship meter, whatever, that you build up, make friends.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. It is essentially, but blocky. I think that's it. Tomorrow I'll be playing Lethal Company with art friends.
Ooh, hey. I hope you enjoy
modded that. Lethal Company. I think we're gonna be using the doppelganger voice mod thing.
It's so creepy. That is so creepy in theory.
The Skinwalker.
Yeah, I love that mod. It's so creepy.
Yeah, it is very creepy, but it's great.
It's like the Predator. How do you lure you out?
Exactly.
He spoke in the voice of my dead friend.
Exactly. It's great.
I remember when Mouse was like playing a bunch of Lethal Company, and people in the thing would just say random stuff, so it would hopefully record it as what one of the Skinwalkers would say.
Oh yeah.
So like Shoto would go around and go, "I'm totally not a Skinwalker. Hi guys, I'm Shoto."
So weird. Can you imagine that's the one that actually chose? That'd be great.
Or Mouse would go around going, "I'm gonna do my hair." Yeah, it's funny.
Yes, that is all.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dalla, what'd you do?
So this week I played more Relink because
Okay.
I'm gonna die before I get EO or Rackham's
No, we're
weapon
getting it
at this
tonight, Dalit.
point.
We're getting it tonight, Dalit. We're getting it tonight.
Yeah,
We're
you're
getting him
right. You're
tonight.
right. No gym tonight,
We're
which
getting
means
him
we're getting
tonight.
it. Okay.
We're getting him tonight.
So I went back and I very briefly touched on a game that I think I spoke about 2 or 3 months ago. Blaze Blue has a side-scrolling game. It's a roguelite. It's still really good. It's still really weird that Blaze Blue is attached to this, and I think I might have mentioned before that we did find out that this was a completely different game until until the license to use Blaze Blue characters was accepted. So it's a
Blaze
very
Blue
weird
boys.
game. Yeah, it's very good game with very familiar characters that doesn't have much to do with Blaze Blue. Still good though, still fun. And finally, I've been in Blender. I've been doing more. I was doing more modding stuff, and I found out that sculpting's easier than drawing, guys. I don't know if you knew this.
I
I
don't
don't
know. I
even know
never
if that's
touched it.
strictly speaking true, but I have sculpted stuff. This isn't that hard. Fuck faces though. No good at those. Those are difficult.
Well, I still need you to make Bochi and then throw her at a bunch of blocks.
Uh oh yeah, Bochi would be actually that'd be pretty easy because I could stylize that. But yeah, I've been messing around in Blender. Initially Blender and Unity for modding, and now I've just kind of done it because tutorials are on my YouTube page, and occasionally I'll find myself following one to learn stuff. But despite what I'm saying, it actually hasn't been that much time put into it. It's mostly been relink because evidently I have a problem.
Very good
I
problem.
got through. Yeah, it's a pretty good problem to have, must be said. Um, I also got through the demo for 7, just the story bits. I didn't actually want to do much of the Junon stuff. I will experience that in a couple of days. So,
Couple. I mean, 24 hours, bruh.
oh god,
It's 24 hours, man.
where's my time gone? You're right.
Relink?
I will be experiencing that in under 24 hours. Or just over 24 hours. 24 hours
Yeah,
and a couple
24
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. All right. Well, that's a terrifying realization to have. Upside, already bought and already downloaded. So
Same. 145 gigs.
it's very big.
Yeah.
That is a lot. What the
It's
fuck?
very big, which
That's
now
why
made
it's
me
on 2 discs.
immediately understood why this needed to be a 2-disc thing on physical media.
That just
And in many
means the
ways,
last part of the disc probably ain't going to be that much. I should have gotten the game. I should have gotten it physically, cuz I
I
would
did
actually
for the first one. I would have liked to have had this one physically. I just didn't want to wait. And also, even if you get a 2-disc set, you still have to install from a disc. So
uh y- yes, but you don't have to install the 145 gigabytes of the game from the disc or whatever. You're not gonna plop in the disc and it's gonna
no, true.
download the entire download the entire game and then it's just one thing and you need the disc to start it. No, the way that they're doing that, I figured the way that they're doing this is that all the information's actually probably on the disc.
If they need
Which is the
two of
reason
them,
why
I'm sure
it's
it is.
yeah, which is the reason why it's 2 discs because the PlayStation 5 discs are, I think they're like 100 gigabytes
They're
is how
pretty
much you
big,
can
yeah.
fit on it. Yeah, how much you can fit on it. So anything above that typically would typically take more than a disc. And the fact that it does take 2 discs means that most of the information is stored on it because other games would do that thing you were just saying, which is install from the like download the install and everything, but you need the disc to start it up.
The disc is like a key, yeah.
Yeah. The fact that it is 2 discs means that the information is on both discs. I'm saying I probably will get it physically at some point in time because I want to experience going through the game like with the discs just to see at what point in time it tells you to remove the disc and put in the second one.
Sephiroth jumps. Please insert new disc now.
Sephiroth jump. Turn on disc. Impales.
And Aerith Skull.
Oh man. But yeah. Yeah, 24 hours. Anything more about the 7 demo?
No, like I said,
At least from your side.
I skipped out on doing the Junon stuff, so it's literally just been the story stuff, which was excellent. I played it through in graphics. I played through in performance mode at the very beginning before swapping over to graphics. You did point out something to me, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
I did switch over before I got the precise guard, or I think that's what it's called. No, that's Relink. I don't remember what it's called now. The guard.
No, it's not. It's not precise. You don't. It's already built into your characters.
No, there's materia that gives you more leeway.
It gives you more leeway on it.
Yeah. Specifically the material. I did it before I got that, and whilst I didn't have any problems like perfect dodging, perfect guarding was a bit of a pain in the ass, and a lot of the times I got it on mobs. I got it by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could purposefully like perfect dodge. I don't know. You'll probably be able to relate to this because we spoke about it, so I know you can. But I do have a pretty major issue going from a more traditional action game to 7.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel great. Not 7, but the
change.
Couple hours of transfer between the two games where my hands need to learn a new layout and I have to get used to unfamiliar timings. It was rough, but it's not the game's fault. Game feels great. Game looks great. Game's great. I'm already super invested in the story again. So I look forward to that.
I will eventually.
Yes. Soon.
It will be on PC at some point.
Some point.
I mean, the first one's on PC.
And I believe they said that this one wouldn't take as long to come out on PC, right?
That the exclusivity goes up at the end of May.
Okay, so yes, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll have their little PlayStation exclusivity that they clearly got paid out for, which is whatever, and then everyone will actually be able to play this in a reasonable amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you say May? Oh, that's still kind of rough. But yeah, it's better than 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
To a year.
I mean, well, the exclusivity goes up in May. Who knows when the PC version's coming out?
Oh yeah, it could still be June, July before it actually.
Yeah, because I think it still took. Like almost a year for the PC version of Remake to come out. So
I understand why they don't make them in parallel in case for whatever reason you don't release that second version. Like if there's just full bought exclusivity, or I don't know, the company just really feels like spiting that particular base. But it does feel like if you've made this game and you know it's inevitably going to be out on multiple platforms, that you'd have those things ready so you can just drop a day and drop it off.
I'd assume that they'll probably push it to holiday release of this year.
Holiday? Oof. So you think they're actually going to go the distance? That's rough.
Yeah. I think so, but I mean, who knows? They could do something different. I mean, I don't know what else Square has coming out this year, so they need to fill up their year. Because remember, this is still last year's fiscal year, so we haven't run that out yet. It hasn't hit April, so we're still on 2023 fiscal year. So 7 Rebirth is part of 2023. So
what do we know is coming out this year? So Rebirth.
I don't know anything for Square.
Doesn't Dawn Trail technically count?
Oh yeah, Dawn Trail does come out in the summer. So that's why I do not think Rebirth will come out anytime near the summer for PC.
Oh god.
I think it'll be late fall, early winter.
That is a very fair point. I know Octopath releases on PC sometime in the new fiscal year.
Octopath's already on PC.
Octopath 2?
Octopath 2 launched day and date on PC.
Oh, maybe it's Xbox.
I
I'm
played
thinking
it
of
on PC.
I might be thinking of like an Xbox thing then.
I have no idea. I think it might be hitting Game Pass at some
Oh,
point in
maybe
time, but
that's
that's
what
Game
it is.
Pass.
Yeah, fair. And other than those two, I genuinely don't know. I don't know what else would possibly be coming out. Kingdom Hearts is undisclosed, which probably is going to be next year at the very earliest, and that's probably being very kind.
Yeah, I would say fiscal year 2025, probably.
Is it Visions of Mana? Is that
Visions
Mana
of
game?
Visions of Mana is this year.
So that's coming out at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. But outside of that, I've got no idea. Yeah. So that's everything for you.
Yeah, that's it for me. Despite all of the things on my list, I didn't do very much.
Well, surprisingly enough, I barely played anything this week.
That is a surprise, yes.
Yeah, that is. Wow.
Yeah. After we finished podcast last week, I did immediately load up the 7 Rebirth demo because I lied and said I wasn't gonna. I lied, and even though I said I was gonna wait for the update, I didn't wait for the update. I immediately launched it, went into the Nibelheim segment. So that's fun. They were mean, and they cut that off at a very horrible point.
They sure fucking did.
They were mean and cut that off at a very horrible point. I was like,
I don't know whenever was going to be a good point, but you're not wrong.
That tells me a couple of things might change in that cutscene after that point, because I would have ended it at finishing the flashback. We didn't finish the flashback. So I feel like there's probably going to be some extra stuff that they never showed, or like, they that wasn't in the original, maybe that didn't work out the same way as the original. I did play the Junon segment.
Right. So tell us about
it. They definitely packed that area with a bunch of enemies. Enemies that definitely will not be there in the main game.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Only the Nibelheim chapter carries over, so this was probably just a way to get us a way to give us something fun to do.
They streamlined a lot of stuff for the Junon segment so people could get, like, a thought process into, like, maybe how to play the game or how the game works or whatever. Chadley seemed to make a girl version of himself, an AI girl version of himself.
My man just wants to be a VTuber.
He
He wants to be the.
Is that what happened? PNG. That's funny.
Yeah, he made a AI female version of himself, who is actually quite a bit more eccentric than he is.
Hello, Cloud. I have determined that my previous version was not living up to expectations. So I have taken it upon myself to make a more intriguing model.
Nah, I don't know. He'll probably go into explanation of why he created Mai, but she is definitely VTuber personality.
I nailed it. Got it in one. Let's go.
She's definitely has VTuber personality syndrome. And she says stuff that Chadley will come in and be like, I never programmed you to actually be able to do that. Because like you get through a fight and she's like, "You guys seem wore out. I know what I can do. I could give you guys massages." And Chadley's like, "You can't actually do that."
Did he ever say, "I didn't program you to do that"? Because I am a
Yeah, he
little
did say
worried
that.
that
He did say that.
he's gone full Skynet. I don't like the idea of a computer making more computers.
he he said I did not program you to be able to do that. So
I don't like the amount of sentience in this Robo Boy. No. We're gonna have. There's not gonna be any weapons. There's not gonna be any
real.
weapons in 7.
Chadley is real.
Oh, is he actually an assistant to Hojo?
He
I just thought he was an.
You
AI
run into him
time.
in Shinra, in the Shinra building. He's actually an R&D assistant in the Shinra building.
I'm gonna have to go watch someone play through again. I thought he was an AI the whole time. I thought he was a artificial assistant.
No, because I mean, you physically run into him all throughout Midgar.
I fully misunderstood. Are you sure he's human?
I mean, definition of human.
I am mostly certain he's not real. Mostly. But you have now injected a fair amount of doubt.
He couldn't give you physical things if he wasn't real. He literally gives Cloud a VR glasses. So he may not be. He may be like scientifically engineered, but he has a physical corporeal form.
Hard light. That is all.
Hard light.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I feel like there was something that made me think that he wasn't a real boy. But yeah, you're right. He does give us stuff, and we get materia from him. So
hell, even in the Yuffie DLC, he's like standing there uploading Weiss's data to the combat simulator.
That is true. That is very true.
So, or Weiss's. I say Weiss because.
Oh, you said it. I didn't even think twice.
Yeah,
God,
Weiss.
Monty.
Weiss. The thing that the demo does do, there are what the Chadley twins. I'm just gonna call them the Chadley twins. Because she is pretty much a female version of him. White hair and everything. They give you like they kind of give you hunts to go after in areas. And you have like
at least Square understands. At very least, we do like us some hunting.
And you have sub quests within those hunts to do, like beat the enemies within the time limit, stagger the enemy, don't let this certain enemy go into the air after using a move or whatever, some stuff like that, and you get rewarded depending on it, and you can repeat it as well. So like you just go back to the area that it's in or whatever, and you hold down triangle and it'll reset the that like segment or whatever to you, so you can go in and go back in and fight it. Pretty cool. The area is pretty big. There was a place where you could walk your chocobo up, but you did not have the correct chocobo to do that. So you could not walk your chocobo up the wall. Because like certain chocobos can like walk straight up walls, or some chocobos fly, some chocobos blah 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 blah. You did have the ability to do the search for stuff on the ground with your chocobo. To like look for like buried stuff. I didn't do it, but I knew you were able to do it. What else? Also, when you walk over stuff on your chocobo, because there's stuff on the ground that you can pick up. Like there's a bunch of materials that you can just pick up that you need to pick up because there's item transmuting in this game. And you have to make stuff to level up your item transmutation. You can like transmute like gear and stuff like that. So that when I said, "Oh, this is too big, Dalit," or whatever, that's what I meant was you were gonna be walking around for quite a while picking up stuff to make into.
I see.
And fighting those hunts. Some of those hunts, like the monsters, drop items that we need to get to use for item transmuting and everything like that. But when you walk over them with your chocobo, you auto pick them up. So you don't have to like press the X button or whatever when you walk up to it. When you're on the ground, you have to like pick it up with X, but if you're on your chocobo, they auto pick up. Tents are back in a way where you have to fix a chocobo stop. And by fix it, I mean you just pick up the sign for the chocobo stop, and it gives you a fast travel point. But at that chocobo stop, you can sit down on the bench, and that's and you have to use a cushion to sit down on the bench to heal yourself, and that's in place of tents for this, because like in the original, you just use a tent to heal your whole party.
I gotta keep it a buck with you. I do not look forward to how they further like hold us back in hard mode, because I did it in remake, and it wasn't hard, but it was tedious. So
well, you also got to remember this game's going to also have dynamic difficulty.
Oh God, did they just get rid of hard mode? Thank God.
No.
As I get better.
No, there's dynamic difficulty as a setting, and then there'll be hard mode after you beat the game.
No.
I think you can have hard mode dynamic. I'm not 100% sure. You can set it to dynamic difficulty, and the game will either be easier if you suck at the game, or the game will be harder if you're really good at the game.
That's all I ask, man. I'd like give us the option. And B, I don't want to spend 200 hours on this game.
According to Happy, the difficulty never felt harder than normal when on dynamic. So.
Okay, so they are expecting you to run hard separately, and there'll be trophies for doing it. Yeah, I just know it. I don't even care for trophies like that, but it's a goddamn honor thing.
Embrace your dreams.
Yeah, I guess that was actually the right choice of words in this instance.
There was a story segment in the Junon thing. It's a very short story segment. And it pretty much shows you how you meet your next party member. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. That is like the only thing worth talking about that I played this week. Was that demo? I played a little bit of Relink today, but that was about it. I'm 135 hours and I still don't have a War Elemental sigil. So
I'm so sorry. I have 4.
Dude,
I've stolen all your War Elementals.
Lavrin has played this game for less than 50 hours, and he's gotten a War Elemental, and he's already gotten like 8 weapons.
Okay, well, he's got an even better seed than mine then. Fair.
Yeah. I did learn something, though. So,
what's up?
Out of everything in this game, there is something you can save Scum. You can save Scum. Yeah, the Transmarvel or whatever. You have to save, use your Transmarvel. If you didn't get what you want, reload the game and then go and do a quest and come back or whatever, and then use your Transmarvels, because every time you reload a quest or you load back into the thing or whatever, it changes the seed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know about this, but boy, oh boy, even as simple as it is, do I not have it in me to optimize like that? No.
It was pretty easy, actually.
Oh no, it is, because I did it once just to see, and I've decided I don't care. I will just not have my awakenings for EO or Rackham or Vayne.
I want to tell you, I have EOs Awakening sigil. All right, I already have that. I ran into doing that. I ran into Rackham's Awakening sigil like 3 times.
I have a sigil for Rackham. I forget which one, but it comes with damage cut, so I don't care anymore. And Vayne, I don't even need his. I don't need his. I'm pumping out an aggressive amount of damage with him, with literally none of his individual sigils. So that's
I I did it, or I did the save scum thing earlier today to get Lancelot's double sigil. So I have that now. But I also have like almost everybody else's double sigil. So, and I got that just through doing Transmarble a bunch of times anyway. Yeah, that's all I did this week. I didn't play any Helldivers. I didn't play any Persona.
Wow.
I cut back on myself. So going through the Rebirth demo, I was like, all
I was
right.
about to say, yeah, you don't want to RPG to RPG. That's a recipe for burnout.
Well, one, I was like, okay, I need to forget my my muscle memory for reeling here. Because I don't need it going into the Rebirth, all right? Which it's still gonna suck for tonight because I will be running that stuff for you tonight.
Right.
But I need to not have as strong as a muscle memory for Relink going into Rebirth. Which I guess might not be an issue considering we'll start out at level 1 and we'll have to like progress through the thing anyway. So that, and I also don't want to burn myself out on video games.
Yeah, no, that's entirely understandable. That is entirely understandable.
I have Thursday and Friday off or whatever, so I can play 2 days of Rebirth before having to go back to work. So yeah. That's me. That's this week. And that means we can go into the news. El News.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
So we got the trailer for Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yep. Apparently, some other information came out with it. 10 plus new bosses. 8 new weapon types, which we saw like I think at least like 3 or 4 of them in the
I'd say
in
about
the trailer.
that
Yeah. A boss equal to Millennia's difficulty, which I'm pretty sure we saw in the trailer, which I'm assuming
just kind of assuming it's Mesmer, right?
Yeah, Mesmer the Impaler. All right.
The Impaler.
Yeah, which is apparently the 3rd sibling of like the 3. Like the
Given what we can figure out, it seems
like
the
the
most
secret
likely.
3rd one. Yeah.
I can't imagine it's not. Even he says in reference to Marika Mother, so.
Yeah. And it will have a poison swamp.
Woo!
Yippee.
Pew, 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 pew! The worst kind of environment.
Woohoo! Okay.
There's actually some other sad news when it comes to Elden Ring, believe it or not.
Oh yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah. It has to. It has to. I don't know. I was about to make a joke. What is the other sad news?
Everyone's favorite, Let Me Solo Her, has retired
Oh yeah.
from soloing Millennia.
From Millennia
maybe he'll return
specifically.
to the next. Yeah, maybe he'll return for the next expansion boss. You know.
Can you imagine? We just come back in this boom. Let me solo him.
Yeah.
I said I was done with her. We're moving on to a whole new gender.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that sucks for people that I guess haven't beat Millennia, but then there's always the get good and beat Millennia on your own and don't have somebody solo it for you.
Look, just cheese her with poison and bleed. You're fine. Not poison even so much as shit. What is that red nonsense?
Scarlet Rot.
With rot. Yeah.
Yeah. So release date is June 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I'm gonna skip over that next one because not only do we have Shadow of the Erdtree coming out June 20th, the day after SMT5 Vengeance comes out for all consoles. They're
I'm so
literally a day
excited
apart.
and so frustrated. Anyone who said that they knew this game was coming out on PC and waited, man, y'all are so much stronger than I am. You had to wait a long time, but you ended up being right. I lost faith months ago.
I mean that. See, your impatientness, all right, does not stack up to my ability to hate Nintendo as much as I hate Nintendo or whatever. Because I will do anything possible to not turn on my Switch. All right? I'll do anything possible to not turn on it.
It's just not a good system, man. It's just not. I don't like the system itself. I don't like playing on it. I guess when it's docked, it's okay. But
Not really.
everything about it has stick drift. My Joy-Cons have stick drift.
980p.
My Pro controller has stick drift. It's literally not fun to play on that system. I get frustrated every time.
I don't even have drift.
I
don't want to play on it.
It drives me insane. I mean, Monster Hunter alone should have been every reason for this system to come with better controllers. I understand, but I'm also weak.
Mm-hmm. Very weak.
You didn't have to agree so well.
All I know is that I'll be able to experience SMT5 for the first time when it hits PC this summer.
You too can enjoy Nua and, well, everyone else. Like this whole game's super cool, and we're getting a whole new route, which isn't to say like 50 more hours of gameplay, but there will be a bunch of new stuff in it. Like there's a bunch of stuff in the trailer that I did not recognize, so that should be interesting.
No, I get to experience Naho Biho, which is just Jack Frost.
I didn't realize. Oh,
Jack Frost, but Nahabito.
I didn't understand. Yeah, that is true. I think he even has a Murakumo, which is wild.
Yep. So that's going to be great.
Woohoo.
For the first time.
Do we know if that's coming out on Game Pass?
It says Xbox.
It says Xbox. I'm assuming a Game Pass.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlas is doing that, but the fact that it didn't mention that specifically was interesting to me. Because that would frustrate me a lot less. I'm sorry, he looks so ridiculous.
It's great. It's great.
It's wonderful, frankly.
But yeah. I mean, I assume probably Game Pass, but I mean, it's whatever.
So do I. But yeah, like this is a game I'm gonna own by the end of the year. I've already played through it, so there's not a big rush, but I do want it.
This is a game I can grind in, unlike Persona, which doesn't really favor grinding that much. At least not that type of grinding.
Phrasing?
I don't mean that.
It was meant. No. Oh, it wasn't meant. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, it was the way you said it. I was like, I think.
No, because like I know that SMT5 also has their own like demon like stuff or whatever in it.
Yep.
Oh, you can just grind in SMT5. Like, there's nothing stopping you. Like, you're not date gated. You're not person gated. You can just continue doing it.
Yeah, but like SMT5's character is stronger than the protagonist character in Persona or whatever. Like your character actually has stats in SMT5, while
I mean, we're a demon, yeah, practically a demon anyway.
while Persona is
you are just a man. You are a squishy bag of meat.
yeah, Persona's like, okay, well, you need to actually do demon fusion and all that stuff to even be like anywhere near like good. So
That's fair, honestly.
so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I get to play Persona without the heart.
Yeah. It's a good series. It's a good series. I
I'm
never
pretty
played
sure
the one on the DS though.
Isn't
So
that what
that's what I've been
Kotaku said?
saying. Like I've played 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
4 was on the DS, so
Yeah.
I just missed it. I
never
think
played.
it's Apocalypse is what it's called.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looks really neat. It was just on a system
On
that
yeah.
it was just on DS. Like I wasn't gonna do
Yeah.
it.
I haven't played a SMT game ever. Well, I mean, if you actually Soul Hackers 2 isn't even called SMT, so
Not anymore.
no, I've
Yeah,
never.
they are.
Yeah.
I played
They are
Persona 3
still
when it was
phenomenal.
SMT.
Yeah, Digital
so-
Devil Saga is alright.
I'm surprised you never actually gave 3 a go because it's been re-released and everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Wait,
good.
you talking about
It's got
Nocturne?
Dante
No,
in
I
as
don't.
well.
I don't play games that
Like, you
I don't
really-
play. I barely play games that I barely play the Dark Souls games. I'm not gonna play another game that is touted up being like one of the hardest JRPGs out there.
Okay, so hear me out. And it is, because if you don't know what's coming, you will just get flattened. But you can subvert that if you if you know what's coming, and B, if you just build right.
Yeah, so just get good, right?
I was struggling to specifically not use those words.
No, that's what you were actually saying. So yeah,
It's more
I
or
know.
less what I was saying. Jump scare Matador is always fun.
No, I never had it. I don't. I only have interest in SMT5 because it looks a bit more modern than any of the other SMT games. So,
Which is true.
Even though the models are still definitely a downgrade from Persona. So, but also Switch. So,
okay. I was like,
Switch
they're
is such a
using.
terrible system.
I was like, they're mostly using the same model. Oh, but yeah, you're right. I see what you mean.
That's the character models in SMT5 look like dog shit compared to Persona 5.
No, I just thought you meant the designs because like they're.
No, I don't mean the design. I'm talking about the actual models.
No, and that's just inarguable. You're right.
I meant
the system.
And I meant more characters, not the demons.
Yeah, because they're very flat.
Mhm.
They're obviously 3D, but they are very flat.
Yeah. So Larian said that they're working on doing official mod support for Baldur's Gate 3. So that'd be great.
Just another reason to love this game. They promised this a while ago, and that seemingly are about to make good on it.
Yeah. Can't wait to have stable mods.
Yes.
Because mods are stable enough at the moment for Baldur's Gate. At least the ones that I had were stable enough, but
yeah, it's tough on the modders though if they're not officially supported because every update to the game can mess with the mods.
Yeah, there's a good chance that one or all of your mods will break on every major update, at least.
Yeah.
Yep. So our best friend of the podcast, and I only say that because he knows nothing about this podcast. Fuck, what was his name? Who's the guy?
Schreier?
No, God, no. That idiot that runs Gearbox. That dumb magic dude. The guy that's running the fucking
You're looking for
Borderlands movie.
You're looking for Randy Pitchford.
Yeah.
I was just curious how many different titles you were going to give this man.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Sorry, if I hear a friend of the show, I just fill it in with Jason Schreier because I think it's funny every time. But yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, fucking Randy Pitchford, guy that's running the Borderlands movie. All right, that guy. Yeah, yeah. Well, we got a Borderlands trailer. Movie
Yep.
trailer. It was
It was.
questionable at best.
It was Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was.
Guardians
It
of
was
the
very
Galaxy. That's
Guardians.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. That's the vibe exactly I got out of it.
I
This is
I
what
don't
I'll
mind that.
say. Like this, it is technically fine.
Yeah.
Like everything that happens, sure, yeah, that this is all reasonably in character and such. I do have a pretty major nitpick that was not. I was not soothed by this trailer. This is a really weird cast.
Yeah. I will say though, I do like that Ariana Greenblatt is in it because she's the girl who played young Ahsoka and Morgan and
Oh,
stuff like
okay.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. I actually
That
didn't
girl.
know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
She's
recognize her as
what's her
Tina.
face? Yeah, she's Tina.
Yeah. She and Claptrap are the only ones that I really have any for sure faith in.
Gamora, sorry, Gamora. But yeah. The Claptrap's done well. Is it who's
It's Jack
voicing?
Black.
Jack Black. Yeah.
That's the
I
correct
mean
choice.
the what's his face with the mask on? He's always gonna be good. I mean, he doesn't really...
Florian. Florian,
Yeah,
what's his name as
yeah,
Krieg. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, they just needed a big guy with good abs, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do work. I love Jamie Lee Curtis to death.
Yes.
I don't think
I
she's a
don't think.
Tannis.
Yeah, I don't think I would have cast her as Tannis.
Yeah.
I like Kate Blanchett quite a lot.
Yeah.
I surely never would have cast her as Lilith.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
And-
is some surprise ones.
And I heard that Gina Gershon is playing Mad Moxie.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that someone is literally only there to be incredibly sexy.
Yeah.
And I hate to downplay a woman who is very attractive but getting up there in age, because that's the downfall of Hollywood. You're not allowed to get old. But I might have cast someone a bit more bangable for Mox.
Hey man, if only what's her face? If only Jessica Negri had acting chops.
Honestly, and honestly, even more so than Kate Blanchett, I find that weird, because Kate Blanchett is a fucking phenomenal actress. I may find it weird that they've opted to make Lilith this old, but she's gonna be great.
I didn't want to say that either, but
was weird. And Kevin Hart, I just don't like in this role at all. Like,
Kevin Hart's rolling. I don't know.
I realized you found a black guy who was dark skinned. You didn't just go with like a generic light skinned black guy. That was great. Did it have to be the shortest, least muscular guy on the planet though?
Yeah, also because Roland's supposed to be a big black guy, right?
He's a big military built black guy.
Yeah, that is the opposite of Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart is a small, funny man. Dude's got jokes, is hilarious, is also shorter than me.
But,
I'm just saying. saying. It's like 5'2".
One of my big issues about like them having Kate Blanchett as Lilith, right? It was going to be hard to cast Lilith in general or whatever.
True.
Because I do not think you can compare almost most of any of the actors in Hollywood right now to Colleen Clinkenbeard's voice.
I'm not even
her
taking
acting.
Voice. I'm not even taking voices into account, if I'm honest. Because you're right. Like you're not going to get something that sounds like the character in a vocal quality. You'll get them to say the right things.
Yeah.
But you're never going to get them to sound the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes down to the mannerisms, right? If they nail the mannerisms, maybe they can sell it, At
least Claptrap will be funny. Or at least they have somebody that could actually do Claptrap's type of humor. Because, I mean, honestly, Jack Black's humor is pretty much Claptrap. So
yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
And I said Guardians of the Galaxy very purposefully because I think if formula will work out, that's basic
Yeah.
Basic line entertainment, right? So,
Yeah, no, to the point that people have already said exactly that. Like, okay, I see that you're just aping Guardians of the Galaxy. And frankly, it's the right call, as you've pointed
Yeah.
out. It just
Yeah.
is.
They're like I said when you posted that tweet or whatever, I was like, it Guardians of the Galaxy and Borderlands are like literally two peas in the same pod or whatever. That's exactly their type of humor.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I don't know why that person was talking about how, like, they can't stop dry humping Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And I'm like,
people
well,
are just
I mean, for
tired.
this movie specifically, they need to do that.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are actually super tired of Marvel though. And there was a point when this came up before that I was like, I don't think it's that bad. But now even I'm at the point where, like, yeah, I can see exactly why people are tired of that.
Dude, we get saved. We get saved this summer.
Oh?
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine comes out.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that.
We'll actually have
tired of superheroes,
good Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But
he made a pegging joke in the trailer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like,
I mean, to be fair,
whoa.
I believe that's actually, I don't even think that's in the show. I think that's a callback to the first movie.
Yeah. But no, he said like, Disney's finally allowing a pegging joke in the
Yeah.
like,
that's not something you'd have expected.
Yeah, he goes, whoa. All right, I'm used to pegging, but Disney isn't. So we're gonna take the slow
that's
here.
That's it. No, I am looking forward to that one because I watched Loki, right?
Yeah.
So you got a little TVC thing. What's a CV? I can't remember, whatever. Read it, the time stuff, right?
Yeah, time people, yeah.
Deadpool messing around with time and variance is a fantastic idea. It's a simple idea, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So he could literally do any fucking thing. He could do anything because it's not canon timeline. He can do anything. It's great.
They get to undo this whole movie with this movie. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do whatever I want in this movie. Nice. Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, actually, Harada tweeted out something. I think yesterday or the day before or whatever, because people had been talking about, like, how do we we want these guest characters to be in Tekken 8 and all this stuff or whatever. And somebody was like, to be fair, Harada-san, adding Negan into Tekken 7 made us think everything is possible. And Harada replied back, if everything is possible, I'd like to add Ryan Reynolds. Then Ryan Reynolds will select Ryan Reynolds to do commentary on Ryan Reynolds' play on Twitch.
Harada, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to talk to Ryan's people. I play as Ryan Reynolds. Which, by the way, quick update. I also played a bit of Tekken, but not really. I went online, I did a little bit. I modded. Oh, I didn't mod, I guess, because Tekken 8 has some good custom characterization. Character customization. Wow, English is a language. Yeah, I put Tifa in Tekken. Yep, I just modded my Lily to look like Tifa. And it was great.
Lily?
So she's in there.
All right, yeah.
All right.
I would have put it on Azucena, but then I would have had to play Azucena, and I love myself, so.
He did. Harada did at Ryan Reynolds' Twitter when he made that post or whatever.
Ryan, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Oh man, that'd be great. Okay. So we're all going to be playing this video game that we're going to be calling 2XKO, right?
I hate this so much.
It's not even called League of Legends 2XKO. All right? It's just called 2XKO.
I know the people working on this. So I have to assume there is something we don't know yet that is going to make this make sense. Because
it's really like storyline related.
Maybe, because right now, they've somehow gone from Project L, which we knew was a project title. It's right there in the name, and unlike
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix, most people do eventually change that name.
Project Triangle Strategy.
But Project L was somehow a better name than 2XKO. Or maybe 2 times KO? I don't know. This is a dog shit name. Game looks great though.
I mean, yeah. But
Ilaoi has her finished animations. She looks amazing, even if her voice, even if she doesn't have a voice yet.
I just need there to be a reason it's called 2XKO.
I need them to see reason and not call it 2XKO.
What if they actually mean it's 2 times knockout?
That's why I said maybe it's not 2XKO. It's like twice KO or something, because it's a 2v2, right? Or maybe the X isn't pronounced. Maybe this is like Spy Family.
2KO.
Yeah, instead of TKO, it's 2KO. I don't know. It's got potential. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't. Also,
they should have
beginning.
Yeah.
Back to the beginning. This has nothing that goes back to League of Legends, which is what I would be trying to tie it into.
Mm-hmm.
It should be called League of Legends 2KO. There we go. That would make more sense. That would be a better name. That would just be a better name. You
could call it like Clash of Legends, or maybe not that. I think you'll run into MGM Grand or something with that. But you could have had better fighting names that use the League of Legends IP.
League of Legends,
the title,
the fighting game.
League of Legends Brawler, League of Legends fucking Nakama, colon Brawler, Fighter, Battle, All Out Assault. I don't know, something that wasn't this. But again, we don't actually have, no one who has worked on this game has actually said the name yet. We've only seen it written. So for now, it's 2XKO. Oof.
They should have said they should have like wrote it out and then said pronounced yada yada yada.
No, what they should have done is just had one of the boys come out and talk to us about it.
Oh yeah, true. Well, then again, this is one of 2 other games that Riot is even working on now. After the closing down of some of their divisions. So it's like this and the MMO that's only being worked on.
Yeah, the MMO was very specifically not stated, and they were so far into Project L that canceling that would have been really bad. I still am brokenhearted that we're not going to be getting a lot of other games that are outside of the League of Legends IP, because frankly, I'd rather play all these other games than League of Legends.
True.
Also, cowards, all of you. You had such a great design on Ahri. You actually made me give a shit about this character by making her feral as hell in The Ruined King. Only to go back to little K-pop girl and everything else? Ugh, disgusting. You're all weak.
The K-pop rules the world. All right.
It does. No, and that's why she went back to being like soft. She was so feral looking. It was so cool.
I didn't know this game existed until Leak posted it up earlier. But apparently, there's a game called Reinatus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Whatever.
Yeah. It's essentially wizards versus wizard police in Shibuya.
I'm sorry. Did you mean this is actually just Final Fantasy 13 Versus, or what was it called?
No, this is Verum Rex. This is Verum Rex.
Oh god, this is Verum Rex. That's the one I'm trying to get to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Verum Rex, except everyone's a wizard.
Yeah, it seemed like it's an action RPG. It is an action game. I don't know about RPG. I didn't see any RPG elements. They didn't show anything really in this trailer. Outside of like very specific cutscenes or whatever, this game does look budget as hell. But it is being made by like a studio that doesn't really do much or whatever, and most of their games really look super budget. But the biggest thing is that it is coming out. It's coming out in July. For Japan, but it is coming out. But it actually has a planned Western release, at least for
Yes,
America,
yes.
sometime in fall because NIS America picked it up for the localization. There will, however, not be English voices, which saddens me.
Yeah, it's a way for them to cut down on costs.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
this, it's not that you can't have a game like this. I just thought we were a couple decades removed from it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
Nah, because Atelier still releases
Yeah, that's
JP
what I mean. Like
only.
I thought we
Yeah.
were, but apparently this is just a thing that still happens.
Yeah.
I guess the game would need to blow up before they saw it as viable enough.
I don't think this game is. No. So I the next Atelier game that comes out, the next like actual console Atelier game that comes out, if it does not have uh English voice acting in it, I will be absolutely mad because Ryza blew up. Ryza was extremely popular.
This is true.
They kept making figures of her because people kept buying them. All right. People loved Ryza. I loved Ryza, and I'm not really big on the Atelier games. All right. Um, there needs to be English voice acting. Gus needs to shill out a little bit more money for English voice acting because in the
It's a
long run,
big
I
way
think
to
it's going to
make
hurt
sure
him.
that I don't pick up a game. So like you're definitely right. Like no English VA, like you'd have to be something special for me to give up on that.
Yeah. But Renaissance looks all right. The biggest thing that made me interested in it is that the OST is being done by it's composed by Yoko Shimomura. So big cool orchestral moments in this game because she's the one that did was it Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15.
Mm.
So that's one thing that also made this game seem very much like a Verum
It
Rex.
does sound great. That is true.
Because there is at least one one Square Enix member attached to it, which I don't think Yoko is specifically Square Enix, but they work on a lot of Square Enix stuff. So I mean, seems interesting. I'll probably pick it up. It's sometime in fall. So I mean, I might not pick it up because that Trails game comes out in the in the fall. So maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, we have to wait and see if the reviews are good or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll know what Famitsu gives the game in July. So, next up, we have two big news things
Yeah.
from our favorite companies. Sony is laying off 900 PlayStation employees. Specifically, they're closing down the entire London studio.
Yeah, that's a shock. I did know
That's
people who work there.
huge.
Like
Yeah,
this really sucks.
They're doing reductions in the staff at Free Sprite Studios, or yeah, I think that's what it is.
Free spite.
Free Sprite. All right.
Yeah.
And this will also impact employees all across all regions. So, Dalit said it earlier. We kind of did call this last week, or when we were talking about Sony not actually having anything to release like at least first party next fiscal year. So
That's true. You did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing about this is surprising except for maybe when it happened. I expected this to happen this time next year because I figured I figured Sony would probably be finished with its major layoffs for this fiscal year. So I expected this to happen maybe Maybe not this time next year, but sometime, like, I hate to say it, around the holiday season of this year. And I didn't expect 900 people to be laid off, and more specifically, a full studio to be shut down. That's a bit of a surprise. But the idea that we're going to see a major layoff from Sony, especially after the information we were given, no, not even remotely.
Yeah, that's a big studio to lay off too. I
That's
mean,
massive, yeah.
yeah. Are there any other Sony studios in the region?
In Britain, period. I have no idea.
Yeah, because that's a big one in Britain.
Well,
I know there's some in Europe. There is, but
yeah, like there'll be other ones in the greater EU. Well, I guess I can't say that.
Well, that's why I said Britain. I didn't say EU because they're not part of it.
Yeah, I'm not part of EU. Yeah.
Forgive me, brain is stuck forever ago. But they won't be. There won't be another one in the UK.
This is
because all the other UK studios are third parties, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, this is a huge loss.
Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised at a whole studio. I wonder if that does have to do with UK not being part of the EU. I wonder if there's any I wonder if there's actually any payment differences.
Exactly. Yeah. They could especially if they have another good sized corporate office in, I don't know, Germany or France, right? Just move it all there.
Yeah.
Because then you not only do you lose the people working in the UK, which is the actual heartbreak, but it does mean you also get to sell off that building. So, I personally, me with all the money in the world, would have probably kept a foothold in Britain somehow, but at the end of the day, it's a small island when you put it next to the EU, which you have so much of a bigger foothold in, and more reasonable prices, presumably at this point. I imagine inflation's probably hit the UK really hard because of a couple of the things that's happened over the last few years.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, no. That's a great call. I hadn't considered that. Just they're probably moving to, like, I don't know, like a Cologne or a Paris studio somewhere.
Nintendo might be getting a little bit too big for their britches. Because they are now going after the creators of Yuzu, the popular Nintendo Switch emulator. Specifically stating that it illegally circumvents Nintendo's software and that it facilitates piracy, and that they're going to be seeking damages for the alleged violations and demand a shutdown of said emulator.
I don't know what the play is here, because they're going to lose, and they must know they're going to lose because emulation is protected. And to my knowledge, and I might be wrong, I do tend to be like that sometimes. Yuzu does not advocate piracy because they're not stupid. They'd never say the words. Surely no one is that stupid. So I'm not sure what Nintendo's actually getting at. I'm not sure if someone slipped up somewhere, and that's where Nintendo's like, "Ha, gotcha," or what's going on here, because this just feels like a scare tactic at the very most.
Yeah, I wonder, because, like, Dolphin still exists. Why have they never went after Dolphin? They went after Steam having Dolphin. They went after Steam having Dolphin, but they never went after Dolphin.
No, you're right. So they didn't attack Dolphin. Actually, I think they actually did attack Dolphin. I think it also failed. But I might be confusing that with a different emulator. Yeah, Nintendo's done this before. Nintendo knows. Like, let's not be silly here, right? Nintendo's a big company, highly litigious. It knows it's not going to win this. But Nintendo was very clever when it went after Steam's support of Dolphin, because it knows if you limit that, there's a lot of people who will just never download it onto their PC. They're just either too lazy or they're too distrusting, and Steam was a way to legitimize that. So Nintendo went after them for that, and it worked. Steam said no. So I don't
Yeah.
know if this is getting ahead of that and seeing this as a we're just gonna go do this now, bring attention to it, so no one gets the good idea to put it on their platform. Maybe Epic or maybe Steam taking another shot. They might know something that we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Yuzu ever planned on putting it on any type of platform because you just go to Yuzu
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
to
yeah.
download it. I don't think they ever wanted to like put it on anything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what like I do think this is a scare tactic. But also Yuzu's taking it to main court, which is American court, which is I don't see how they're not going to be able to. I don't see how they won't win because they just because you can pirate and use the software on Yuzu doesn't mean that's what that's there for. Like I mean I like the only thing I can actually foresee them being able to like maybe get a foothold in is because Yuzu does technically use I think to use it like really well or whatever, you do have to like I guess use your own Switch in a way. Because you can use your own Switch in a way to like get access
Yes.
to games through Yuzu,
Oh,
or like,
I
or
don't. I
through
don't know.
Yuzu, but like, I never emulated my Switch through Yuzu. Like I emulated what is it, the Wii U,
Right.
to play a little bit of Breath of the Wild, but that was about it.
So, and this is the part where
'Cause I
if
think
this
you
was
need a
handled
Switch
in
to
a
use Yuzu, right?
you do. So if this was handled in JP court, they would absolutely win without a shadow of a doubt, right?
Yeah.
Because Japan does have laws against modding your
Mm-hmm.
consoles. Like you're not
Yeah,
allowed
Yeah.
to
it
do
does.
that. And that's how they get around emulation in Japan. Because I don't think there's technically a law against emulation in Japan. They've technically outlawed every way to do it.
Oh, actually,
So by
I know how they
virtue,
have a foothold. I know how they have a foothold.
go on.
Remember what happened to GeoHots?
Help me. I don't.
He's the guy. He's the guy that jailbroke the PS3.
No, I don't remember.
Sony buried him.
Oh, my bodied.
Yeah, Sony destroyed him. That's the whole
Oh,
reason why that like that 1 month that PSN went down, because
Yeah.
Anonymous went and retaliated against Sony for going after GeoHots.
Okay. Okay.
And they specifically went after GeoHots because he jailbroke the PS3. I think and he was uh uh giving people the ability to do it online.
Yes.
So
He like.
Yuzu is
So I remember
technically
that.
jailbreaking your Switch, and they're giving people the ability to do it online.
Actually, yeah, I don't know the specifics. So fair enough.
I think that might be the actual way that they're able to do it.
I still don't think that this is. I don't think this is going to work out for
well, the
them.
line that it says, saying that it technically illegally circumvents Nintendo's software. I guess it
Yeah.
could imply that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what Yuzu does. Because you do need a Switch to use Yuzu.
This is true. Look, at the very with all emulation, the way that the reason why it's illegal and not just immediately illegal is because there is the assumption that you
Mm-hmm.
will be including your own BIOS and your
Yeah.
own paid for game or unencrypted games. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
just taking those and playing them somewhere else. So long as you manage that, you're fine. But the moment that these creators allow a pipeline to more nefarious means, that's when things get iffy. And I'm still not sure that they're there yet. But I don't rule it out. it wouldn't take much of a slip to get Nintendo to, like I said, see it and go, aha, you screwed up. Now we're going in for the kill.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one. I just remember the whole GeoHots thing because that month I could not play games on PSN because it was always down. And I was like, it felt like forever that it was down. It was because Anonymous was able to hack into PlayStation's like software and shut it down, and Sony couldn't bring it back up. Yeah, I just remember that specifically. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do specifically think that Nintendo is just using this as a scare tactic, and they probably don't have much of a leg to stand on, especially in American court.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I think this is a much easier suit for them in Japan, and I think they just win outright. But because it's dealing with American court, I think they lose this in the long run.
But also, Nintendo's extremely litigious, and they unlike Niji Sanji probably put money behind probably put money behind their lawyers. So
no, this is a company that's designed to actually properly protect their IPs.
You know what? I bet you Nintendo's just mad because they can't go after Pocket Pair for Pal World.
If this would, we'd never know because they'd never let that come out. If it was that, I'd be so fucking amused. God, I wouldn't stop laughing for a week.
You're like, we can't go after Power World. Find the next person we can go after. Well, maybe we can take down Yuzu.
What do we do now? We paid them already. Okay, well, how about this?
Realistically, I don't think that's the case because I don't know if you guys know this, and I probably should have posted it earlier, but my brain is very smooth, and sometimes I don't think. There's a new Pokemon game coming out.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Legend Z or Legend Za or something.
It is the sequel to Arceus.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where Arceus took place in, I believe it was Gen 3 in the distant past.
Yeah.
The distant past. This takes place in Gen 5?
XY, yeah.
Yeah, X and Y.
Kalos
but not as far back. This is at the beginning. This is at the redevelopment of the city.
Yes.
So it's still more or less modernish.
Yeah, so you get to see New Luminos City.
Yes. So, I don't think that Nintendo really cares so much about Pal World because they're about to drop a new Pokemon game and make billions.
See, this is what I wanted to talk about. So the Pokemon Direct literally happened last night for me anyway. Yeah, so they did announce that. So people were waiting for this sort of thing because of Power World. They're like, oh, surely soon they will release the thing that will get Nintendo back in
2025.
Blah, blah, blah. In 2025. And it's Arceus. Did they learn from Arceus? We'll have to find out, I guess.
So to be fair, the Arceus or whatever it is, that idea is very good because it does mean that we're going to be moving away from it being quite so linear. But yeah, I imagine what you're going to get is very similar to Arceus in a cityscape instead of a rural scape.
Yeah.
So anyone who's hoping like this is a giant step forward, I feel like you're about to be severely disappointed.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the trailer's up if you want to see it now. They released all the trailers for their announcements. The other announcements were kind of It was like updates and events for their mobile games. Like Pokemon Go is going to get a tie-in with the Pokemon Horizons animation. Pokemon Sleep gets some legendaries that you can collect. What else? Yeah, and let's see, Scarlet and Violet will get some Terra Raid events. Let's see, and it's not mobile, but you know what I mean. And then the only new thing besides the new Legends game is a Pokemon trading card game that will be coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you'll get to collect all the Pokemon cards and battle your friends. It says in the trailer, it doesn't really show you any battling. It just shows this dude opening packs and going, "Wow, I got a shiny!"
Yeah, I mean that's the big. I'll be honest, that's a way bigger selling point for cards than actually playing the game.
Yeah. So you'll get a mobile Pokemon Battler trading card game. So if you like that, there you go. That's for you. That's it. That's okay. That was the only thing I thought that was okay. The rest is Legends, yay.
Yeah, pretty
It was
much.
kind of a, it's kind of a Pokemon Direct, really.
I like how they're announcing games still for the Switch and not for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Well, we know it's been delayed, and wow.
Maybe it's just not coming. We're never gonna get
Yeah.
the Switch 2 is never gonna exist. We're gonna have the Switch for the next 10 years.
You'll get a Switch OLED 2, yay!
Yeah.
Can we just make the
slightly
Wii
bigger
again?
screen? Can we just make
Hell,
the Wii
can we
again?
just
Yeah.
make the GameCube again? Back when it was an actual console, like an actual console without any gimmick.
Oh, besides the
Maybe.
handle and the small disc.
I mean, yeah, I guess the small disc is kind of a gimmick, but I mean, like, there was no motion controls.
Yeah.
It didn't have like a whole second screen. It was by all accounts just a console.
Yeah, they've kind of like pressured themselves to do something new each time now, haven't they?
I have no idea why. I genuinely think if Nintendo said, "Okay, it's been fun these past few years. The next thing we're making is the NES Modern, the Nintendo Entertainment System Modern. It's just a box with 2 controllers. Enjoy."
That would be
I
good.
think genuinely people would lose their minds.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
agree.
god, modern Nintendo games. It's gonna be. I imagine devs would genuinely lose their minds. Oh
Yeah.
my god, we have
Yeah.
actual unfettered access to the Nintendo market. Holy shit.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah. No. Yeah, so it was this, you say that this arcade is getting released 2025. So at least the Switch is at least going on until then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, from if everything is to be believed about the Switch 2, it will be backwards compatible, so I guess it doesn't really matter if they release something
Oh,
for
true.
the Switch.
They could be doing the Wii and the Wii U thing.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, yeah.
But no. But yeah. Or the Wii U and Switch thing.
Well, they had to make things for the Switch specifically, or the Wii U. So they were like, because what is it? Breath of the Wild actually played better on the Wii U than it did on the Switch.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Because while the Wii U was a piece of crap machine or whatever, it actually had technology in it. Like the Switch was actually technically worse than the Wii U when it came out, technology wise. It's just that they put so much into the handheld device for the Wii U, and that it was like this weird gimmick that nobody was able to. That the only game that actually was really able to utilize the Wii U in its entirety was Xenoblade Chronicles X. So, that's all the news that we had this week. I did I guess fail to mention like last week or whatever, we did get like a time window for the new East game, East 10 Nordics.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out fall this year, which was, I'm gonna go ahead and say, when they say fall, it's 100% September 27th. Calling it.
I liked the month. I wasn't expecting the day.
No, it's September. It's always September 27th. Always. Anytime
like
NIS America's. No, it is not. It's just like every Trails game that came out in fall for Japan or fall for the United States, or like for Western, it has always been like the last Friday of September. And that's normally the 26th or the 27th, occasionally the 29th. Yeah, almost every time that they've said fall, and it's both NIS America and Falcom that does this. So,
Interesting.
So my money is on September 27th. There hasn't actually been a release date. It's just a release window. So, yeah, that is news for the week. Me and Dalit will be playing Relink tonight, Rebirth for the rest of our life.
Yeah, more or less, frankly.
I did the same as I've done it before, so
there will be no extra gaming between those two games.
It's just I won't have
the
time
next
for
week.
anything else. I have to work. I have people to take care of. When I have my me time, it's just gonna be 7, except for tonight, which will be Relink.
Yeah. So.
Oh no! What's become of me?
You're turning into Kate Sith. Oh no!
I'm not Scottish, thanks. No. I certainly
get yourself ridden. Oh fuck. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Rebirth Relink. Leek will be role playing because she likes role playing.
May Stardew come to you soon.
Yes. Please.
But if you made it this far, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And we will see you guys next week, maybe, unless Dal and I die from dehydration from playing too much Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
0% chance.
0% chance. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
I thought be good. Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely